Right, we're in lovely Morpeth. As you can see, we've got the lovely gardens there, and there's a decrepit building there with no roof, but it's been like that for years, but never mind. But anyway, we've got the castle there on Morpeth Court, and we're on top of Har Hill at the moment, and you've got the castle over there, Morpeth Castle, Har Hill. There's my hubby. He shattered because I just walked up this hill.
You're the one who shattered, not me.
Yeah, you said I'm the one that shattered, not me, or whatever you show off. But anyway, as you can see over there in the distance, I'll try to zoom in a bit. I'm not very good at zooming in on this thing. Can't do it anyway. But in the distance, over there somewhere, is a telephone mast, and that is about a mile and a half away from us, and it's in Pegswood, the top end of Pegswood, and that caters for the whole of Morpeth and surrounding areas. Now over here, I'm going to pan, over here you've got new houses. There's Starp Hill over there, and just outside of Starp Hill we've got a brand new complex. Well, some brand new houses that have been built over the past couple of years, and I've known this for a fact: where humans go, desolation comes, and it's true. And unfortunately, the more people, more houses, you've got to build more phone masts, because everybody is addicted to the phones these days. And unfortunately, obviously, when we've known about that mast over in Pegswood for a long time, you pan over to the new builds at Starp Hill. Just over there is a telephone mast, a brand new telephone mast. And I've been here before, and the readings weren't that high, especially walking from our home through the little woods. There's no readings whatsoever, and I've taken a meter down there before and done a reading, and it was very, very low. Unfortunately, due to that new mast over there, coupled with that mast over there, I've got my radiation device, and I'm going to turn it on, and that's the readings, unfortunately. And it wasn't like that before, and that's because they've put that new mast over there right next to Starp Hill. And that's absolutely heartbreaking, really. It's up to 300 to 1000 millivolts, and building biology say that damage started at 0.061. So that unfortunately has tainted this land with radiation, and it's really heartbreaking. And it's down to these new houses being built, more people, more demand for technology that's killing the planet, and it destroys animals, it chases the birds away. And I will be putting a link underneath here, and I would like you to please read the links I'm going to put under here before anybody makes any comment. It's so easy to comment before you've watched and read the documents. It's so easy to do that, and it's so tempting to have your say, but your say is irrelevant until you've actually read the peer-reviewed papers I'm going to be putting down underneath here, as well as the implications for wildlife. And I'm also going to put down a link underneath this, as well as about it's about the rural areas, and landowners really need to read the document I'm going to put underneath. So it tells you about the dangers, and telecoms don't care. They don't care at all. They don't let the council know the dangers of it. And anyway, so there you have it. So speak soon. Right, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm on Newgate Street in Morpeth, and that's the readings. And there's a cell tower on top of that lamppost.
Not a cell tower, it's a Wi-Fi type router that's pumping out 4G.
Yeah, it's a 4G thingy. Anyway, there you go. Right, I'm in this secret garden. Is it a secret garden, is it?
So we call it the secret. It's Bakehouse Garden.
Yeah, Bakehouse Gardens in Morpeth. Beautiful, beautiful garden. You know, it's absolutely stunning. And I just want to make a correction there. The telephone mast I showed you on Newgate Street, opposite the Applebee's bookshop, it's not a 4G Wi-Fi unit, it's actually a 4G transmitter. It's a cell tower, it's a mini one, and they're using those street furniture now to put out 5G. I'm not saying it's 5G, it's 4G. And I'm feeling a bit ill at the moment because I've just been stood in a shop for about half an hour talking, and the Wi-Fi unit was there, so I'm feeling very lightheaded and very sick right now, and I felt really ill the other day when I was down Morpeth in a shop like that. And we've come here to the Secret Garden to have a bit of lunch, well, a snack anyway. And the whole of Morpeth, unfortunately, Newgate Street is completely saturated in radiation. It never used to be. When I got the meter last year, I walked up and it was very low readings. Going past people's shops, it goes right up to the 6,000 millivolt, and that's shocking. And there's people in the hairdressers and shops and businesses sitting in that radiation. It's abysmal. So anyway, I'm going to show you what the meter's reading. And you hear that noise, that weird noise is a telephone mast. So that indicates that there's a telephone mast in that direction. And that's where we've just come to. And that's the whole of this flower park. It doesn't matter where you go in it. There's nowhere in Morpeth that it's sacred now, apart from the little woods. Seems to be getting stronger over that area. So yeah, unfortunately, this is yet another place we're not going to be sitting in any time. And I'm thinking maybe the church spire's got a mast in them. I know that some churches now actually rent the space out of telecoms industry, and I will put a link under this. But there's definitely something very strong mobile mast down here at the centre of town. But yeah, Morpeth Northumberland, radiation, not a very safe thing to bring your children to and to sit in. So anyway, I'm feeling quite ill, so I'm going to be leaving here now. So I'll turn that off. Alright, we're sat in our favourite spot in Morpeth. There's an old bridge here, can't remember the name of it now, and there's steps.
Watchers of the channel know where we are.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll come down here often to have a little picnic, and it's really peaceful. Not many people come here, and that's why we'll come here. And I was a bit unclear about the little boxes on top of the lampposts. To me, the 4G Wi-Fi, I'm not sure what
it's basically one we saw on one of them. I don't know whether or not she filmed it. We saw one of them. There's a great big sign above the thing saying free Wi-Fi. So basically, the whole of the centre of Morpeth is blanketed in Wi-Fi microwave radiation now. No wonder you're feeling ill.
Yeah.
The whole place is saturated. Here is quite low still, thankfully. But it's only a matter of time before they put one on one of them, the flagpole or something, or on one of them lampposts.
So I mean, on my last clip there, I basically said that it was a 4G. It's a cell tower, whatever it is. It's a cell tower, and it's emitting microwave radiation. And like I say, read the documents, and the whole of Morpeth is completely and utterly caked in radiation. It goes up when you go past people's shops, but the whole Morpeth now is a no-go area for me. I mean, I'll go out, I'll do my thing, I'll get home, I'll come here because I'm feeling pretty naff. Like I say, we've spent half an hour in a friend's shop, and I felt actually really lethargic, didn't I? and going across the road I felt very, very dizzy and confused.
Even I was feeling a little bit warm and spaced out when we left that shop.
So, and like I say, we were going to go and sit in Millennium Gardens, and I came down here last year when I first got the meter, and it was very low. The centre of Morpeth was very, very low. It was on the green, and this is a new thing, and so I will be writing to Morpeth Town Council and telling them that, have you got a liability insurance? Have you got insurance against this? Because I tell you now, Lloyd's of London do not insure against non-ionizing radiation poisoning or anything to do with that. They're not stupid, you know, these insurance companies. They actually read the literature, they read all the scientific stuff, unlike us lot who believe the BBC narrative and all this rubbish, and they actually read this stuff. And Lloyd's of London is one of the main leaders of insurance, and they are not insuring against this. Ask your schools, ask your places of work, all these councils and towns and villages, have you got public liability insurance for non-ionizing? I tell you now, you haven't. It's actually illegal what you're doing, and it's going against thousands of peer-reviewed studies. And now we've got a blanketed town, a beautiful, beautiful town I grew up with. Morpeth is now completely and utterly cakes and radiation. They've destroyed it for me. They've destroyed it. People are thinking, oh, free Wi-Fi, oh, wonderful. Well, you know, this stuff causes cancer and all kinds.
Free Wi-Fi comes with free cancer.
Well, it's proven, and IOC have actually said that they will be re-evaluating it and classing it as probably possible one cancer, because at the moment it's a possible carcinogen category B, I think. I'm going to put the links underneath anyway, but yeah, so that's Morpeth for you. Unfortunately, the dark side of Morpeth, Northumberland. And many people might object to this video and say, oh, you know, this well, I'm just asking you, you know, please before you comment, like I said before, is read what I've put down. Please do not comment unless you know what you're talking about. And I've spent so many hours now reading all these papers. These not conspiracy theories. These are proper and peer-reviewed public papers. And read them, study the pages, what I've put down, watch the video I'm going to put down. And unfortunately, what I've said is true. I wish it wasn't. I really do. But anyway, just to show you that the spot we're actually sitting in is safe, I'm going to just get the meter up. Safer, yeah, but anyway, it's better than it was out there. So this is the readings from where we're sitting, and that's safe. Okay, that green is safe. Yeah. That's just on the top of the green, and that's safe.
I'm surprised that just down here it's probably underneath the level of it.
Yeah.
Because everything's up there on street level, so it's probably just passing over the top of here.
Yeah, so anyway, so that's Morpeth, unfortunately, so just be careful.
It'll be the same in any town you go to now.
Yeah, it's just absolutely shocking, and I don't...
It's the sheep's addiction to the technology. That's what's caused this.
Yeah, and just
nothing to do with the authorities. It's the sheep.
And just be aware that this radiation is deadly towards unborn babies in the womb. Yeah. It's up because they've got no protection.
Yeah. Also damages the sperm and the eggs in young children, or in anyone, even grown-ups. But it damages the sperm and the eggs. And so in like the next generation, you know, the kids now, their kids, they'll start having real problems conceiving, or there'll be birth defects.
Yeah, I'm going to put that video under Lisa Barry trial one. Exactly, for people to actually watch and heed. And if you love Morpeth, then you will campaign to your...
Ditch your smartphones, people.
Yeah, if you're a resident of Morpeth, I would definitely watch the video. Well, obviously you're watching the video if you're from Morpeth. Look up the research I'm actually going to show you, and also lobby your council to get these things taken down, because what this is doing is abusing your children. It's abusing your family, it's abusing the unborn child, it's abusing the small child, because
we do not consent to this.
Yeah, because the thing is, the children's bones are the skulls are so thinner, they're not fully developed, especially the people, the babies in the womb and the pregnant mothers. You know, it's really not a safe place to be, unfortunately, and certainly the restaurants and the shops aren't safe to be in, because they're actually pumping a lot of radiation out. you really need to start lobbying your council and get this a no-go safe area. No-go for all this stuff. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on. And so, you want to see the like and subscribe thing at the end?
Yeah. Yeah, give us a like, hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment if you like, as long as it's constructive and you've read the bump that we're going to put in below. So yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Yep. See you soon, people. Love you and leave you. Right, the reason why I got the Acusticom 2 was because it actually lets you know the different types of units. For example, a Wi-Fi unit has a typical sound of a woodpecker tapping its beak off a tree, if you know what I mean. That's why the Russians call the Duga radar woodpecker, because it made the same sound. Now, if you listen to a Wi-Fi unit, you'll hear the sound on other videos. When I filmed our Wi-Fi router, when I tested it, it's got that distinctive tapping sound. Now, there is free Wi-Fi down Morpeth. The whole area is saturated, the whole centre of town, and we actually found 3 lampposts with small cell towers on them. I would say not small cell towers, small cells, boxes, quite thick white boxes. They're actually small cells. And that's the noise I was getting right around Morpeth was that of a telephone tower. You know, these big, huge towers with all of the telephone masts, that's all the stuff that's on them. That typical sound for that was the sound I was getting on the Acusticom right around Morpeth. So these are definitely small cells. And it's basically blanketed the whole of Morpeth with 1000 millivolts of radiation, and it's seriously not safe for anybody to be in, you know. So anyway, speak soon.